Hey guys, tightrope here bringing you a 2v2 today. We are on Alliance of Defiance. Today spawning in the north we have Zappa playing as Brits, who has Royal Artillery, Vanguard and Mobile Assault. Teaming up with him is Iran playing as Brits also with Mobile Assault, Special Weapons and Commandos. Not into Mobile Assault there for Zappa. From the south we have serwerty playing as OKW, who has Breakthrough, Elite Armored, and Firestorm, and finally Anti-Anime, playing as Ostheer, who has Assault Support, Lightning War, and Jaeger Armour. In terms of rankings here, Axis Range Team around rank 140, Allies Random Team both ranked between 40 and 50, somewhere in that range. I do remember these are Brit ranks, so a bit easier to get.
Right then, time to earn the king's shilling.
So two sections with Vickers for Zappa, around just going mass sections to this point.
Get ready, you lot.
And now bringing in recovery sappers. Sandbags interrupted there and left the circle just before the capture completed. A little bit unfortunate. Gonna come back in and try and complete the cap. Grenadiers did back all the way out. Does manage to get that point at least. Empire stalling out over here. Trying to hide behind the building. Only going for 2 squads into tech. Typically that is tough to afford. I'm going to go for another squad now. Mass sections.
Infantry squad trained and ready to go.
Taking quite a lot of damage on these Sternpires now. Is going to jump back into the building, but getting blasted out. Squad in the center coming through, and so are 2 Grenadiers, so pass should be relatively open on this side. Do have 1 machine gun out the back there though. Zappa quite slow pushing in anywhere. And there we go, full retreat. Just about for Iran. There we go, getting out of there on that side as well. Felt like he maybe could have stayed in there for a touch longer, but not too bad. Okay, Zappa finds the opportunity to jump onto the cutoff. Because over here doing some work, forcing back the anti-anime Grenadiers. Machine gun coming across. And it's going to be another section for Zappa as well, interesting. It's a lot of infantry to start the game off with. Maybe suggesting that both of these British players plan to get bolster relatively fast.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Pioneers!
Okay, got the battle phase going at the moment. Going to go for a pretty early mid bunker as well, but we do have this 1 Grenadier back here, very low on health, so... Oh, he doesn't. Okay, he does. He's got the munis for that as well. Vickers capping in the center, looking pretty good on territory control at the moment for the Allies. Seems to charge in here with all the squads, but maybe this low health one. Fortunately, he's holding out very nicely behind the heavy cover, considering this is a 4-on-1. Got to force away 1 squad. Gavan really hurting himself here, not closing the distance. Maybe in the old days, you know, sections used to have, I think it was like just atrocious firing on move accuracy, but it hasn't been the case for a couple of years now, so one gun there, definitely the way to go in my opinion. And took so long trying to fight off the squad. Ends up losing to the reinforcements that arrived for serwerty. Bit of a misplay there for Iran.
Our capture point. They're trying to take it.
Jumps out of the building. MG42 back there as well. No wire off on the sandbags or any of the cover over here from the engineers. And here comes the Iran blob. got the bolster, just like I was saying. He has locked into special weapons. Wonder if we're going to see the half-track with some Vickers. I do, you know, I've mentioned it just about every single time I play. There seems to be a question about why I don't get the Vickers. Yeah, it's because their firing on the move accuracy is bugged. And makes them way, way worse. When it's a bar clone that does very poorly firing on the move, it's just not really that strong of an upgrade. Get the decap there, but the 222 round in the corner. Pretty good timing on that for anti-anime. Could even get the wipe here. So he's going to chase. Zappa does have an anti-tank gun. Back at base. Will it be able to save the day, the 222? Oh no, gets the kill.
Squad knocked out.
Ouch. It's tough. Like, do you throw the grenade and try to get away, or do you just hit the retreat earlier and try to get away? Hard to know for Zappa, but ends up losing his squad. Oh, but the AT gun rounds the corner, and just from the massive amounts of small arms damage, the 222 ends up dying there. Just with a single shot. Okay, I'll get some revenge at least. Okay, now tank hunter sections for Iran. Tank hunter sections are very strong. My GCS3 strategy. I put the two squads in like a head-to-head tank hunters versus bolstered sections, and typically the tank hunters ended up winning. Tank hunters, you know, with the boys AT rifles can overshoot the damage, so that can end up hurting them in some situations. And obviously they can't fire the boys rifle on the move, but their stationary performance is actually quite good. Just have to overcome their vet disadvantage, coming at 2 command points as well. But yeah, better than you might expect in the anti-infantry. In this case though, serwerty not going for any light vehicles. And the machine gun working very nicely. Full retreat for Iran. Looks like Zappa having some trouble breaking in over here. Has deployed a mortar from the commander.
An engineer unit is ready
Really
for
should probably get some sight upgrades on 1 or 2 of these sections. They will go a long way. Help him spot things long range so he's not constantly running in and being forced off by machine guns. So far Zappa hasn't really feel like he's gotten up to much. 6 and 15, pretty bad KD.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
Looks like he's coming into the other side of the map. He's kind of given up on his side. Go for a center and left tactic, but it does require Iran to break through on this side. Smoke out on the machine gun. Other machine guns getting barraged now. Pretty good idea though for serwerty, going for double machine guns against these massive section blobs. There's enough infantry waiting around the corner here. Good concussive grenade in there as well. Section's not the strongest in these close range fights. Trying just to overwhelm with the numbers. Focusing down the stern piles first. Grenadiers coming in, clearing off the mortar though. STG's working pretty well at this range. And looks like the Axis eventually do force back Iran. Ouch. Good handling so far of this pressure from serwerty and actually locking in to Firestorm. I wonder if we're going to see a flame tank. It's actually like not a bad idea. serwerty. Can get that now. You don't need the Panzer authorization for the Hetzer, so you can get it quite a lot earlier because of that. Oh, no retreat on the machine gun. That goes down, and now the mortar getting destroyed by the AT gun as well. Greedy's maybe going to try to jump on it, but with the sections arriving, not going to be able to do that without losing the squad, so ends up getting out of there. Covers the machine gun at least. Okay, yep, here we go. Hetzer time. And, you know, should be able to do a huge amount of health damage to these mass section plays of Iran. Should be pretty strong, actually. There's pretty good armor as well, the Hetzer. The main issue with it is mobility. Not that strong against anti-tank guns because it doesn't have a turret, so you can't really dodge off to the sides against them very effectively. But it's quite hard to hit once it hits Vet 1. Very small target size of 15, which is smaller than most light vehicles, I think. The looks is 18, so it's tiny. There were some of the smallest vehicles in the game once it hits that Vet 1 stage. And here we go. Hetzer coming across. Sprinkling of damage. The tank under sections coming forwards to try and fight it. Got to try and avoid taking an AT grenade. And Hetzer doing very well in terms of damage. One section down. There's a plane section. Hetzer chasing him down here. And that's a full retreat. Iran having to get out of there fast. This is, you know, the strongest phase for the Hetzer before the medium tanks start to arrive. Iran pretty close to being able to bring in a Cromwell now. So it's going to make it much harder for the Hetzer going forwards. Doesn't have the Panzerschreck on the Sternplow either to try and defend a bit more easily. Got a mortar pit up in the centre now. Zappa replacing the team weapon with the structure. Grenade onto the AT gun. Doesn't do too much damage though. LG Green D going down fast here for anti-animate. Section blob arriving and gets the decrew. Here comes the Hetzer though. Oh, the second Grenadier going down as well? Really? That was so sloppy for anti-animate. The first one, yeah, I can kind of see it, but the second one... No. A lot of damage though onto Iran's sections. Getting out of there. The flame Hetzer to Vet 2 already. Take a quick look at the KD again. Iran's still not actually doing that badly. Zappa is the one really struggling on the double Brit team. The thing is, you know, the Hetzer often doing a huge amount of health damage like we see here, but not getting that many model kills. I think it was the mortar that actually stacked on the damage to actually get the kills in the last engagement. We're coming around the corner, but instantly taking a Raketen shot. Has built one engineer now for repairs. Could be worth serwerty considering going for an infantry support gun at this stage as well. With the incendiary munitions, can be a pretty strong counter to the mortar pit. There's a lot of manpower floating at this stage.
An emplacement is being attacked.
Probably should have a second Raketin at this stage. Maybe a squad of ogres. Or that ISG like I was talking about. Because we're up against double Brits, you know, the ISG is stronger. You don't have to worry about, you know, rocket artillery starting to arrive at this stage of the game, getting blasted out by Katyushas or Calliopes. Potentially, you know, there's a land mattress, but that isn't quite as formidable as the other two. Though ISG does have more trouble against it since it doesn't have a retreat functionality. It's slower getting out of harm's way when the rockets start flying off the land mattress. Well, there's no retreat from the machine gun, jumps back on it. And there we go. A little bit of suppression from this side, more suppression from over here. And the section blob of Iran forced away again. Issue is, you know, he went for healing on almost all of these sections, and the one section that he went for sight on has died now. So he can't really see what he's running into. Maybe should have upgraded one more of these heal sections to sight instead, just in case he lost that vision section with the pyrotechnics. And indeed, here comes the ISG for serwerty, still floating way too much manpower though. Maybe gonna go for a King Tiger, I'm not entirely sure. Water pit largely repaired back to full now. Cromwell out for Zappa as well. Okay, no AT gun anywhere near for anti-animate. Here comes the pack now, but all the grenadiers already forced away by the Cromwell. Can't throw off any snares. Okay, we've got a Brumbeer now for anti-animate. Should also be a very strong option against the section blobs of Iran. Looks like a lot of these sections now getting their weapon upgrades, so got to be careful. You know, blobs this large will melt squads very quickly. Have to kind of recalibrate how early you retreat. But here comes the incendiary munitions. Brace already used to brace through the damage from the grenadiers and from the flamethrower squad earlier. There's the Brumbeer. AT gun about to get decrewed though. And there's a Cromwell nearby, could come in to assist against the Brumbeer. Find himself in some trouble. Gonna go for some attack rounds here with the hold fire on. Cromwell, okay, using vehicle crew repairs, staying out the back for the moment. Just managed to hang on through that incendiary barrage from the infantry support gun. Barrage should be able to finish it off though. One good thing about the flames is that it makes it very hard to repair as well. Energy down quickly to the Cromwell. Comes the Raketin now, but if he had two, it would be much more of a threat against this Cromwell, forced away much more early. Double AT guns lining up here. Ooh, I think that might have been some attack ground work. Nearly the Cromwell going down. Water pit does end up falling to the incendiary munitions. They're coming up to this side. Still do have double anti-tank guns very close by though. And here comes the Cromwell. No, Cromwell taking some pack damage. Oh boy, he's lucky one of those packs missing. Fires off the smoke. Another one missing too. Just before the smoke fell. That was very lucky. Could have been a dead Cromwell there.
We're ready for orders.
So, not all bad news for Zappa. Can now go for the land mattress. That's not as vulnerable to the ISGs. And the Axis are pretty heavily invested into team weapons at this stage, especially anti-anime, machine gun, mortar, 2 AT guns. Pretty good targets for the land mattress. Quite a lot of units clustered towards the centre as well. take on this machine gun head on. I had to reload. That's why it stopped firing for so long, and that's given the breathing room to these troops to be able to get the D crew there. Brumbier comes through for one shot, but has to back away quickly thereafter with the AT gun in a nice position for a run. The question is, what does Iran do next? Is he trying to go for the crocodile? Maybe a Firefly with decent options.
We've lost an anti-tank gun.
Maybe even a Comet could be reasonable. It's coming over here now. AT gun did end up getting decrewed. Cromwell bouncing. Second anti-tank gun rolling up. Zappa coming to his teammates' assistance. Cromwell missing there. Here comes the Brumbier and the double AT guns from anti-animate.
Grenades are being supplied to Tommy.
Jump on the AT gun, and it does get away there. Here comes the land mattress now on the double AT guns. They do dodge off to the side. The Greeny's going to retreat through the rockets. But they don't really take any damage. Oh, the mortar does end up getting decrewed just before it starts its retreat. So a decent start to the land mattress there for Zappa. 5 kills, close to Vet 1. Activate hold the line there as well. Didn't look like it was active in this fuel sector, but maybe I'm wrong. Hold the line though, pretty strong ability.
If they attack, the enemy will get a drubbing, thanks to our new anvil tactics.
Just takes a while to for the damage to come through after you activate it. Okay, upgraded one of the tank hunter sections to the Piets now. Generally, I'm not a big fan of upgrading to the Piets. You know, the AT rifles have more range. The Piets are so terrible, just horrible scatter. Just almost never hit anything with it. On top of having to get closer. You know, maybe sometimes I go for it in desperation if I really need some more anti-tank against like a King Tiger or a Panther, but it's just like mediums and the Brumbier, I wouldn't be doing that. Like a buster there, decrews one AT gun, gets out of there before the 6-pounder can finish him off. Cromwell coming in, but the double packs are right there. Got the walking Stuka rocket barrage coming in. Ends up destroying the decrew weapon. Didn't hit anything else though.
Hang on, chaps. Orders.
A mattress about ready to fire again. Brit team is down by about 80 VPs at this stage. A recon plane coming in for anti-anime has locked into Jaeger armor. Hasn't got the spotting scopes, but upgrading that now on the Brumbier. And not too far away from the elephant if that's what he wants to go for next. Pack shot connecting. Just with a strong control on the fuel at this stage, and the Allies do still need that fuel quite badly. Zappa going for a Centaur. I think that's a reasonable idea. These recon planes are a big pain. Oh, but there's a King Tiger on the field. And Zappa doesn't even have an anti-tank gun after losing this one over here. So maybe the Centaur is actually going to backfire. Not going to have enough anti-tank to handle that King Tiger, certainly. And honestly, the Allies should just get completely smashed right now. The Axis have, you know, all of these like anti-infantry tanks, very strong options. And the Allies under strength in the anti-tank department. Should be a bit of a walkover, honestly. King Tiger taking a few hits from the lone anti-tank gun. We've got the Firefly in the build for Iran. Decided to build that after he saw the King Tiger, which is, I think, a decent idea. Maybe could have expected it, given we haven't seen anything for serwerty for a long time after that hits it. Ooh, the double LMG overs now. That's bad news for the Allies. Good dodge on the nade, but the hits are right there. So it's a cut and run. At least we'll have anti-air to take down the planes, going for another AT gun. So good option there for Zappa, making the best of what he's got at this stage. KW truck are on the field. They are not quite there for the concentrated fire operation though. News. And now I've got the elephant out. So it's going to make it very difficult for the Allies. The blob is still quite powerful for Iran. Hold the line active again. Doesn't look like it's going to hit anything though. Big hit there from the elephant. Oh wow. He drove forwards there for one more hit with the elephant. That was lights out for the Centaur. He just got out of range, but if he drove forwards while it was reloading, I think he could have stayed in range for one more hit. Missed opportunity. So the line, I don't think it's going to do anything with this activation. I'll throw an AT nade, and that's going to slow down the Brumbeer. Got a lot of AT guns here for the Allies. And here comes the rocket artillery. Axis do seem to be very focused around the center with no rocket artillery themselves at this stage. So it's making it very easy for these anti-tank guns to just wail on the Axis tanks. Don't have to move around at all. Still trying to get out of there. But this is just feeding vet to these allied AT guns at the moment. The King Tiger hanging in here. Oh, worth it in the end. A lot of bounces and then ends up getting the wipe. Tiger hungry for more. Feeling confident after bouncing so many shots. Taking a lot of damage, a lot of repairs required now. Oof, stays in cover, soaks the grenades. Sections close to death there for Iran, but they both survive. Comes the bunker buster now. Onto the AT gun. And backing it up as well. AT gun coming forwards again for Iran. Back quite far off with that. Damage in there. AT gun fetching up nicely here for Zappa. Hits vet 2 now. Firefly coming in. Upgrade with the tulip rockets as well. If he can stun some of these Axis heavies in front of these massive numbers of anti-tank guns, it'd be very strong. And there we go. The rocket artillery starting up for anti-anime. Gets a great hit. 6-pounder and Vickers dead now. 5 kills, maybe a bit of assistance from the King Tiger. Got the IR searchlight through the center as well, providing a lot of vision for the Axis. And mattress out the back here. Hit 3 on that land mattress already. 16 kills, pretty strong. Nice decrew on the Raketin, getting a little bit of damage onto the ISG and tanks as well. Big blob capping on the far side. Looks like the Centaur and the Cromwell coming out to deal with this, which is a good idea. Try to take advantage of that mobility. The Axis at this stage have basically no mobility. You know, we've got all these heavy tanks, very slow. They don't have like a Panther that can drive around and shut down these Allied mediums from playing on the flanks. So I think that's a good tactic for the Allies at this stage. Try and draw the Axis out of the center. Now that the Axis do have that rocket artillery, can counter the Allied anti-tank guns that were working so well early on. Need to switch up the tactics. And by anti-animate going for the rocket artillery, you know, it kind of locks up his pop cap so he can't afford the Panther as well. Rolling in, AT gun decrewed. He's got a couple of squads there available for the recrew, but not jumping on it. Does have the option, still has the option of firing some smoke with the Cromwell and going for the recrew. A little bit sloppy there for Iran. Mattress catching, looking for the repair squads, I think. Great Werfer strike again, gets the decrew on the 6-pounder. Good number of Fireflies though for the Allies. About to have 3 of them. So as I was saying, with those Tulip rockets they could get some really big hits. Have fallen further behind on the VPs now by 250-ish. So they need to start getting something going. But they are in control of 2 VPs at this stage. Good hold on this one. The Axis do seem to be a bit reluctant to come away from the center of the map. I'll do a long-range bunker buster, clear off that machine gun. Got double packs coming in, supporting the Grenadier. Looks like serwerty going to try to branch out to this other side as well. And Tiger still working well in the center, preventing the capture. Elephant was very far back though. Might allow this Firefly to get off a couple hits. Oh, the Cromwell goes down. The double AT guns take care of it very quickly. Big loss there for Zappa. That was really helping him on the edges of the map. And you're a high vet. Cromwell can be pretty strong with his great rate of fire. Good flanking tank against all these turretless vehicles. Stun on the Elephant, but still able to take down the Cromwell there. Stun wearing off after the Tulip rockets. And here comes some more Tulips. Does not have gammon bombs. Well, that's what he might have been trying to do, like stun Elephant in place and then throw a gammon bomb on it. Doesn't have hammer or anvil. Grenadier down for anti-animate, but here come the rockets. I think this is the low angle attack from the Werfer this time. I think it kind of look like they're coming in a different trajectory. Centaur coming out to the side, but there's the Raketin over here this time. Good idea for serwerty. Zappa a little bit slow backing off as well. Takes 2 hits. Forward assembly in the center for Zappa. I think that's a pretty good idea. A lot of fighting in the middle and really can help the Allies with their field presence. Buster on the AT gun again. Gets away though. Can come back here for some healing and reinforcing. Looks like he's going back to base. Our medic's back there as well. Recon plane coming in, but this is where the Centaur comes good. Maybe anti-enemy. Oh, that's just the recon plane from serwerty on the IR searchlight. Mattress doing alright there. Ooh. Gets the decro on the land mattress. Just got out of there in time before the rockets were able to do enough. He's pretty strong against stationary units, that rocket barrage. I believe it's guaranteed to kill a howitzer, which I imagine would kill the land mattress as well without a dodge. Machine gun now for anti-animator. It's going to put him pretty much at his limit. Here come the fireflies. The elephant's there as well. Maybe the allies could try and draw the Brumbeer out to the flank again and just ambush it with the fireflies. That could be strong, but easier said than done for sure. Double machine guns controlling on this side at the moment.
Ready for orders.
I suppose the good news for the allies is they still have some room to grow. You know, Axis are at their pop cap, so they can't make any larger of an army. That's about it. They're starting to get a nice reserve of resources together, so even if the Axis do start to lose some units, they can quickly rebuild. 76 VPs now for the allies. Got the hits on the far side here. Maybe the allies looking to get something going down the left. Firefly coming in from the side here. Squad down the center for Iran, though. That King Tiger is not mucking around. Any squad that comes into the centers under, you know, potential Brumbeer and King Tiger fire, it's a real nightmare. And the Raketen forcing away the Centaur down this side. Didn't push up with the machine guns though. T-gun surviving that. Firefly coming around the corner. Bren's though focusing on this. He does get the decro on the Raketen. Got the land mattress on this side now as well. Ooh, wipes the stern post. 50 VPs left though. The allies need to get on these points immediately. Triple cab running. Got a couple squads branching out, but a machine gun guarding this one. Firefly can't really do anything about that. Recon plane shot down very quickly by the Centaur. Capping down here. 31 points left now. King Tiger coming across. Moving away from the center. Might allow the squad to go for a cap. It's a big hit from the Brumbeer. Hang around for the neutralize at least. Firefly coming in from the side, but the elephant's there. It's the neutralized, trying to get out of there alive now. Here comes the LMG Grenadiers. A lot of light cover though, does end up surviving. Here comes another Firefly for Zappa. Oh, here we go. King Tiger, a little bit isolated, takes some tulip rockets. Elephant not really in position to assist. We've got the Crocodile working down this side as well. Tiger quite low after that. Here come Piets into the middle. 42 working well, but the Firefly is not committing any further.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
Axis capping again. 20 points for the allies.
One of our anti-tank guns is gone.
They're going to be on the drain again. The AT gun getting decrewed by the Werfer. The Crocodile getting something going. It's a good time to stay aggressive, as long as he doesn't take an engine crit while that King Tiger is still this heavily damaged. Crocodile has pretty much free reign. Forcing a bunch of retreats. Playing it safe though, early retreats. He does have the heavy engineers, fast repair times, but only 15 points remaining. Got hold the line active, but again, there's no Axis units coming in to the Allied territory, so it's just not doing anything with these hold the line activations. 3 activations, and I don't think I've seen a plane come through from them once. Here we go, coming into the center now. The Brumbeer is there. Could be a bunker buster opportunity. Big hits. Fireflies though also getting some big hits. And there goes the Brombeer really fast. The triple Fireflies taking care of it. Fireflies getting out of there very low. Tulip rockets stunning the elephant. That mattress doing something. Firefly advancing. Elephant backs quite far off. Firefly's bouncing though. King Tiger, sturdy armor. Crocodile coming in from the side. I think that was again the low angle rocket attack. Dodges away from that quite nicely. Crocodile coming in from the side, getting a couple hits on the King Tiger. Got those Piats there. A couple of them actually connecting. Elephant stunning it in place though with the target weak point. King Tiger coming forwards. As long as the Crocodile doesn't take an engine crit though, able to get away reasonably well. Jaeger crew repairs out the back for Zappa. Good idea, making use of that huge munitions reserve he has. Tank Hunter section dead though, charging ahead for Iran. 5 VPs left for the Allies, but they're hanging on at this stage. Centaur guarding this VP. Axe is going to come into the center. Land Mattress is not ready to fire. Crocodile's going to have to work the defense here. Fires off some smoke, hoping to cover himself from the elephant, I believe. The Grenadiers might have just gotten Fausting range there, maybe not quite. A bit of flame damage. Engineers come in to jam the capture though. The elephant misses its shot, now taking some return fire from the Fireflies. Bit of a shame he didn't rattle off some tulip rockets from this one. The Brombeer getting bashed. Tulip rockets stunning the King Tiger in place. Gets out of there with that Firefly healthy. The good thing about the Firefly against the Brombeer is that they've got 200 damage per hit. So the Brombeer with 800 health gets 4 shots. So that's why the Fireflies are doing so well against the Brombeer compared to regular tank destroyers. Takes 1 less shot. Makes it a lot easier to knock it out with the double tank destroyers. Ooh, and speaking of knocking things out, here goes the Werfer. The Land Mattress rockets taking care of it there. Do remember the Land Mattress does get more damage at Vet 2. Let's make it better at killing vehicles. Lightly armored vehicles like rocket artillery pieces. Going for a rebuild on that Werf now, anti-anime. Serwerty still has, you know, 2k manpower on the bank. But the Axis have been bashed back. Forced out for repairs.
Where do you want us?
There's this IR searchlights out the back. Do, I think, need the vision from that, the Axis, to make this happen. In the meantime, a third Firefly coming in for Iran. He's at his pop cap limit now. He's all in on these Fireflies. Crocodile is a very powerful tool for these VP wars as well, with the amount of damage it can do from its flamethrower. Very, very helpful. Here come the triple Fireflies. The elephant's slightly out of range, or maybe doesn't have sight from the smoke. Double packs are there though. And they're able to back out. Here comes the Land Mattress onto the double packs. A little bit slow to dodge, but the rocket's not hitting too clean. There we go. For returning fire. Few good hits as well, but the double packs go down, and the King Tiger dead. The triple Fireflies taking it out. The elephant now has to be a bit careful. The Brombeer taking a hammering. Double AT guns over here, might need to jump on those. Target weak point there from the elephant. Stunning a Firefly in place. We've got the commandos coming in. Elephant misses a crucial shot. Here come the Fireflies again. Elephant's got to be careful. Taking some friendly fire from his own flames, I think. Shield rockets don't quite find their mark on the Elephant. Close call. Does end up surviving. There we go. That was a big land mattress from Zappa. Once the Allies nullified the double packs, the Firefly's so much more free to attack and able to take out the King Tiger. I didn't really see, but I imagine they got some pretty good pen luck to take it down that quickly. They are vetting up quite well also. The Fireflies overrun. 5 points though. 5 points. Double Panzer Grenadiers for anti-anime. Interesting. So it's a attempted response to these Fireflies. Brumbier just melting to the Fireflies. Still think they should have jumped back on these AT guns. Oh boy, the tulip's stunning the Elephant in place. That's going to die. The Pio's dying out the back. So the Grenadiers, the land mattress is laying it on. Oh, this is just devastating. The Axis losing everything.
A capture point is being overrun.
Serwerty's response very late, building 2 Panthers. I think he's stalling for the King Tiger to come back in. But in the meantime, the Axis are just getting absolutely annihilated. Losing everything. Oh, just throwing stuff away here. Wants to hang around for one more Faust on this Firefly, but with the Centaur coming in and the Crocodile, can't manage that. Kill off the decrew weapon. Anti-anime really falling apart in the late game, just so slow on the dodges away from the rocket artillery. It's really probably cost the Axis these last 2 fights. Big damage though. Section's dead in the center to the bundle grenade, I think that was. Got a Panther now. So I think the Panther's going to have an easy time against these Fireflies. Serwerty needs Raketans. 1 Raketan's not enough. People in the stern piles now. Quick shoot down on the planes again. Don't know why anti-anime is bothering. Hasn't gone any of these with Shreks as well. That's what I thought he was doing. Which does kind of make some sense against the mass Fireflies, but for some reason he hasn't upgraded a single one. And he's on the run there. Drop 1 MG42. You survive at least in a section. Down over here for a run. Also reckless with his sections, losing a lot of them. Obers recover the weapon, maybe a bit greedy, try and pick that up. Panther trying to repair out the back. The Firefly is getting aggressive, going in for the kill. Got another Panther there, 1 Firefly down. We do have some Shreks now. Oh boy, in Iran. Paying the price. The Shreks are going after the Crocodile though. Firefly left in here, and that's going to die as well. What was that? Monstrous toss by Iran. Here come the Fireflies from his teammate though, Zappa. Can they save the day? No, the Panther survives. Going for the kill on the Schwerpanzer headquarters perhaps. Some base howitzer fire coming in on it. Looks like that's from Zappa though. Doesn't have the airburst shells like they would from Iran, but the Fireflies coming in, looking to finish it off. Another Panther building for Serwerty, but it's not going to complete. Anti-anime did retreat maybe a touch early with one of those Panzer Grenadiers. It was 3 models, a little bit low in health, but really could have helped defend against these Fireflies if he left that squad on the field. The Axis taking monstrous losses. Should be pretty close to the King Tiger again now at this stage. Serwerty has decided to rebuild the truck. Still just needs Raketans, I think. One more Raketan would go a long way. Hasn't upgraded either of his sternpipes with the Shreks. Also a decent idea. A lot of LMGs on the ground here. He's dodging out to the side, then retreating back through the rockets. Ends up surviving though. Mass retreat from the P Green, shut down by this machine gun. Move on to the machine gun, I think. Not getting the best hit, doesn't have direct vision. This IR searchlight left out the back here. Still providing vision. I thought it might have been blocked. But not vision all the way up to that machine gun.
Crew, get ready.
Has decided to put down the truck. This time in base, I think that's a good idea. Always risky putting your trucks on the field against Brits. Firefly's working well here. Getting late to retreat. I think it's going to get decrewed by the crocodile here. Maybe not. I think the flamethrower was reloading as it backed away. Didn't manage to do quite enough damage. That was a close call though. More sections for Iran. Got the fuel cache down for Iran as well. Double fuel caches, in fact. Probably still needs to build another Firefly. Maybe instead of one of these sections. Oh, and lose a tank hunter for no reason. Because this is lacking in the anti-tank department, especially with the loss of that final tank hunter section. Crocodile though, forcing the retreats. Early retreat there for anti-anime. Does hang around for a second volley of Shreks on the Crocodile. Panther a little bit idle. Worried about the Fireflies. Might have eyes on them now though with the vision. It's building up a second Panther now. With missing its mark, and Land Mattress pushing all the way forwards for Zappa here. Going for a base barrage, hoping to catch these Shrek squads in the base. Monster hits there. Oh my god! It might be the best Land Mattress barrage I've ever seen. 3 squad wipes, as well as a bunch of models from these other 2 squads as well. Huge action from the Zappa, and remember that's after it got recrewed. It was already Vet 3, I think about 30 kills, so now it's up to about 70. Massive Land Mattress action in this game. Forgot about the commandos over here in hiding.
Our capture point. They're trying to take it.
Axes are draining out quite fast now with the triple cap running. They've really been unable to build themselves back into this
The
game.
enemy's in trouble. Our hammer tactics are ready.
But maybe now with the double Panthers they can get something going. Anti-anime got the elephant coming in as well. So they're poised to get something going now, the Axis. Only need 5 points off the Allies to close the show. Won't take much, but man, anti-anime after losing all that infantry. A little bit low on capping power, could be an issue. Doesn't have any pies for repairs either. So got to be careful with this elephant. Because any damage it takes will be very slow getting repaired back up. I think serwerty still does have 2 sternpies himself. He's got the mechanized truck, but might not be enough. Especially as we come down to the very end stages of this game. Both teams very low on VPs. Shrek's coming in from the side. Great damage on the Fireflies. Really good for anti-anime. Let's retreat with 1 of the pea greens. Here come the Panthers now. And mattress out the back. Not hitting too much this time. Hits are doing well through the center. The Fireflies, though, outranging the Panther. Panthers didn't push all the way through. Elephant coming in now. Hits the mine with the hitzer. Panther coming back in. Here come the Panthers. I think the Firefly will survive one more shot. The Panthers low. Shield rocket stuns it in place. Oh boy, this is not looking good for the Axis. They lose 2 squads to the Flames in the center. I think that's from their own hitzer. Here come the planes from the hold the line. This time they find some damage. Knocks out one of the Panthers. Hitzer got to get out of there. He's going to be targeted. If it doesn't, Crocodile coming back in, looking to stop the Volksgrenade. He's going to go for the emergency cap. The Elephant getting good hits. Hold the line, planes getting some big damage. Main gun crits. But just so much flames in the center. Stonepipes have to get out of there. Hits are staying in. Backing out now. Will another plane pass come through? Doesn't look like it. He's going to get out of there just in time. So it was a relatively strong start to the engagement for the Axis, but then the Panther control from serwerty, not very good. And while he's so tunnel visioned on the Panther, he just lost all of his infantry in the center as well to the flame damage. His own hits of flame damage. I don't think it was the Crocodile at that stage. Try and catch the repairs at the mechanized truck. The truck is actually quite close to being destroyed. One more rocket would take it out, but they don't quite land. Centaur again quick to shoot down the recon plane.
Infantry ready to spot and attack nearby enemy vehicles.
Ober's coming in for serwerty. I don't know about that. There's no real time to vet them up. Your munitions maybe could be better spent elsewhere. I think, you know, just Volksgrenade is cannon fodder is the better option. Maybe you can get some snares going as well. Something the Axis are lacking. Don't have any snaring squads, so it can be hard to deal with these Fireflies. And you can never get an engine crit on them. And the hits are out here with the damaged engine. In some trouble now. Crocodile looking to finish it off. Elephant coming across though. Panthers missed or bounced. Lost vision of it now. Hunter squad hoping to get the engine crit on the Elephant. Unable to get in range. Some base howitzer fire though coming in, trying to deter the Axis from coming through the center. But the Panthers coming out to the side. We've got these Sternfire Shreks coming in from the side as well. It did go down in the center. There we go, Centaur down, machine gun spinning around. Got the Panther right there, the Crocodile's coming in. It's just going to be able to get the decap, but can they cap it? Grenade onto the machine gun. Everything's getting suppressed now, all the Shreks. The land mattress saving the day again. Shuts down the Axis capture. Machine gun though, working well for serwerty. Panther taking care of the Crocodile. Machine guns might be able to win this one still. Needs to push in here with the team weapons and the Panther. Shield rockets occupied, going after the Elephant, and they get it. Panther pushing through, but misses that shot. The Crocodile quick to back away. We've got reinforcing anti-tank infantry sections coming in, jamming the capture over here. Panther trying to go for a bit of a crush maneuver. It's a decent hit there. Where those Fireflies, they're coming across for the Panther. Oh, but the allies have capped over here, so they're not going to be able to close the show. The Werfer dead over here as well, by the way. Panther trying to get away, but the double Fireflies so strong now. They got that Vet 3 damage bonus.
Report in. The enemy only have 50 points left.
They knock out the Panther incredibly quickly because of that. And now the Axis, they've just got nothing. Just managed to hang on here long enough, the Allies. So close. Need to clear off the line there, but they hold the line. Stops the cap attempts. Now land mattress as well, just in case they didn't retreat. 30 points left for the Axis. Going for the cap in the center again, but we've got double machine guns there. Might be able to get them neutralized, but unable to go any further than that.
Have 25 points left.
Triple machine guns actually. Oh, gets suppressed just before rounding the corner. Light cover. Let the Obers to hold on for a long time, but not long enough. Not too fast time here.
All hope is lost.
And there you go. So it was looking sewn up for the Axis, but some good Firefly plays from the double Brit team. Able to make a comeback. I think the real issue was, you know, maybe that, you know, stuff can happen like that, but the way that the Axis rebuilt after that was just so poor. Rebuilding the Brumbeer, you know, up against those double vetted up Fireflies of Zappa, it just died so fast. You get it out of position for just a short period, especially if it doesn't have, you know, the armored skirts to assist him maybe bouncing one of those shots. Just died so quickly. He lost like 3 or so Brumbeers. Just so quickly. And they never rebuilt the anti-tank guns to help deal with the Fireflies. It was so strange. Definitely the Axis underrating the value of the anti-tank guns. You know, the Allies only had 1 piece of rocket artillery to help deal with the AT guns, so I don't know why. And serwerty, you know, I think he was a large part of the problem. He had a huge resource bank, but after losing the King Tiger, so slow starting up the Panther production, and then lost the Schwerpanzer headquarters. That really just completely stopped the Axis momentum once they lost that Schwer, and he had to rebuild it. But, you know, well done by the Allies. Scrappy plays in the late game, just able to hang in there. Nice work. And yeah, some monstrous land mattress action this game. Perhaps the strongest one I've seen. Well, anyway, guys, wrap on that. If you like our game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.